Welcome to the Infernal Brotherhood of the Scruffy Looking Nerf Herders. This is a live streaming YouTube video podcast by Star Wars fans for Star Wars fans, and there's other Star Wars in there somewhere. And today we're going to be continuing our episodic review of Star Wars Andor with Season 1, Episode 10, One Way Out.
Fuck
One
me.
of the most disheartening ends
Fuck
of
me.
a show thus far.
This show could not be more traditional Star Wars if Carrie Fisher crawled out of the grave and jerked you off. Like, this is so perfectly traditional Star Wars. First of all, I would welcome that experience. Just putting it out there. If zombies are real, Carrie, hook me up.
Straight up. It doesn't matter that she's cremated. She'll figure out a way.
I mean, you could be like Ash person, right? There's like a version of that, like monsters that are just like Ash. Just like, I don't know how that would happen. Throw all of your ash on my penis and it'll work somehow.
Yeah, you don't even really need anything at that point. Just the thought of, oh my God, Carrie Fisher's touching my...
It's Carrie Fisher! Yeah. All right, what are we talking about? Andor is amazing. I can't believe how good this goddamn episode was.
The funny thing is, all I keep hearing from other people, like not necessarily reviewing it, but talking about it, is how boring and not Star Wars this is.
Oh my God.
And it's like, I don't think you guys are watching the same fucking show that I am. Oh, it's too political. It's too dramatic. Oh, I'm sorry that a movie about war in the stars is political. Fuck you, you idiots.
Rebellion.
Yeah.
Fucking Empire. It's always been political. What? That doesn't make any sense to me.
Right? Tell me again how Rogue One wasn't a Star Wars movie.
Unbelievable.
Oh, fucking idiots.
Just goddamn believable. There's some people you just can't please.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like they get loving and they still complain about it.
Yeah.
Like, it's not good enough. It's not hard enough. It's not soft enough. It's not gentle enough. It's not vicious enough. There's too much biting. There's too little biting. Like, you fucking grow up and take what you can get.
Right?
Fuckers.
You're an adult. That's what happens.
Man.
At least you're getting laid.
Yeah. The whole time I was watching this, I was thinking, this is a love letter to George Lucas. Like, it was his fucking, what was it? 10...
THX 1138.
1138.
Mm-hmm.
It's a love letter to that.
Dude, the second he showed up in the prison, that was the first thing I thought. It's like, yes, finally we're going to get that.
Yeah. 100%. All the technology is episode 4.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as beautiful and frustrating as that is, it's 100% that. But then it's a classic prison break scenario. We've been building up for 2 episodes. We know it's coming, but how is it going to unfold? And it's just as sad and as exciting and as frustrating and as liberating as you could really expect without it just being like a, throwaway heroic fucking prison escape.
Yeah.
Because
I feel like if it was that kind of thing, like it would just do disservice to the rest of the series.
Yeah.
Because it's been so real, and this is real. Like fucking Andy Serkis, I can't swim.
Oh
fuck!
My gosh. Oh
God
my
damn it!
gosh.
Then drown. That's freedom still. Yeah, that was.
Oh man.
Man, that was heavy.
That was rough, but just we all know that no matter what, if you are a part of some sort of insurgency or rebellion, you're probably going to die. It's the people that come after you that are going to celebrate you.
Yeah.
But to watch it unfold in a prison, knowing this, the statistical survival, I need C-3PO to tell me that the odds here is so low for anyone to make it out is amazing.
Yeah.
And just like that opening scene with, I don't want to say Andy Serkis, but it's Kino and Cassian is just like arguing, we have to go. They're terrified. This is our only chance. They're going to get reinforced if we don't go today. We have a plan. And Kino's just like, no, I'm so used to towing the line. I can't do it. But slowly seeing his emotions evolve into, we could do this, was brilliant.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, it's like that was the point when he realized, I'm either gonna die here or I'm gonna die here. I might as well die
Yeah.
here doing what I want to do.
Oh goddamn! It was so goddamn
Hmm.
good. I can't imagine a world where I'm watching this and I am dissatisfied. Like,
Right?
what kind of expectations do I have as a human for to be dissatisfied with this like the acting is top notch, 100% top notch.
Yeah.
The cinematography, the musical scores, like everything put together is amazing.
Yeah.
I
100%.
don't deserve this, but I'm so goddamn glad I have it.
Right.
Oh, it's so goddamn good. All right, this is directed by Toby Haynes, as were the previous two. We just started, people. There's a lot of blowjobs coming.
Yeah, it's just nothing but goblin.
You imagine if they like had it was Goblin that scored Suspiria, right?
Mhm.
Like, what if we had Goblins score this? Like, they just do like an
I would love
one-off episode.
Yeah, I would love it.
It'd be amazing.
It'd be like the one-off episodes of X-Files. Like, it's
Yes!
so bonkers and kooky,
Yes!
but those are the episodes that you that you remember so well and revere. Like, I was watching one earlier, the black and white one with Cher. Like,
Oh,
God,
really? Oh,
that's one of my
God.
favorite
Oh
episodes,
my
and it was on
gosh.
today. So good.
First of all, as much as it was heralded as being groundbreaking, X-Files still today is groundbreaking TV.
Yeah.
It's great. It holds up.
Mhm.
I loved the fact that they had the lore episode and then like the monster episodes is how I refer to them. It was just like you never knew which one you were going to get week to week,
Yeah.
but you were super excited no matter what you got.
Fuck yeah.
It was just so goddamn good. And this series, I'm going to try to tie it back in. It's the same. You know you're in a prison. You know they're going to do a prison break. You don't know how it's going to unfold. Are they going to be successful? You just don't know.
Mhm.
But it was so wonderfully crafted because I did genuinely feel like I was trapped there with them in this 1970s era technology prison where all they have to do is turn on the floor or turn off the floor as prison guards. And you as prisoners are trying to decide, are they listening? Do they care? Should we try to escape? If we tried to escape, how do we do it? And I was wondering what the fucking filing was on that cylinder in the bathroom, and to find out that it's just like a liquid, like I don't even know how to do, like just a pipe.
Just water. Yeah, it was just a water pipe.
Why do they have an electrical grid going into the water pipe? Did you notice that?
Why wouldn't you?
Right. I don't know.
Like it's physics in a galaxy far, far away. We don't have to understand it. We just have to accept it.
Oh yeah. So Chris, thanks for joining live. He's like, the dialogue is amazing. The speech,
it's just my God, dude, this entire episode, like seriously, like I got done and I felt like I got done running a fucking mile. My heart was racing. My back was tense. Like just this entire episode was fucking perfection.
It's so good. It's so good. I remember him on the beach, and when he was being held up by the K-droid, I was like, "What the fuck are we doing? Like, why is he being I don't want to watch a prison goddamn movie." And then I get it. I'm like, this is the best prison movie I've ever watched.
Right? Yeah.
I was so upset, but it's fucking amazing. Like, this is the best Star Wars ever. I'm gonna go on a limb. I actually am enjoying this more than I enjoyed The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
And I really liked the first Mandalorian
fucking
series.
love Mandalorian. It's The Mandalorian is like fan service.
Yeah.
That was, I mean, it was literally set up as we want to bring back Boba Fett. How do we do that? I know. Let's bust out all our toys and paint them differently. And that shit's great. Like that is just turn off your brain and enjoy the pretty images because you're going to get a lot of them. This is just beautiful storytelling. On top of beautiful images. Love it.
If we could do just a thought experiment, have we had this good of a story since Coder? Like, have the other Star Wars movies or series been as good a story?
See, that's hard for me. I'm like biased as shit because honestly, like one of my favorites outside of the books, like if we're just talking film, TV, and video games, because it's all kind of the same thing. I mean, outside of The Force Awakens now.
Oh, okay.
I mean, even Fallen Jedi Fallen Order.
Right.
Like, I loved it. It was great, but it didn't have that much story.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, this is by far some of the best.
This is in the shit the whole time. And it's just the pinnacle of the underdog story, which is supposed to be the rebellion. And we thought that's what we knew in Rogue One, but I kind of think this overshadows Rogue One. Like, I'm really digging this.
So this is going to be a What We Do in the Shadows movie versus the series. Gotcha.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Where the movie's
Actually,
groundbreaking
really like
and amazing and
Yeah.
Easily obsessed over, and then they make a television series and it's even better.
Yeah. 100%. 100%. Chris mentions that the speech Luthen gave. Yeah, we're going to get to that because
Dude,
sweet hell.
Jesus.
That was
fucking
heavy.
Christ. Yeah.
That was so heavy. I had an edible in me and I was just like, it was me and him. No one else was even there. I was just like, I can't take this. I make pretty pictures for a living. Like, how pathetic is my life? This guy's fucking sacrificing everything.
Yeah, right. And it's not even just everything. It's the list of what everything is and entails.
Yeah.
Fuck. I was sober. It made me reconsider what I'm doing with my life. And I usually do that on a daily basis anyways.
It's so weird because normally I hear people talking like we're talking, and I'm like, you shill, you shitty fucking turd. There's no way it's that good. It really is, though.
Yeah.
Like, you compare it to anything. Like, I like the Harrison Ford, Jack Ryan stories. Like, I just love, like, okay, now I can't think of any goddamn title. Clear and Present Danger. You know, it's just adventure films set on political background starring Harrison Ford, which I attribute with Indiana Jones and Han Solo appropriately.
Yeah.
And they're amazing. And, you know, the writing is great. This setup is great. This is that, but in Star Wars. I don't have to pretend it's Han Solo. It is. Like, that's the fucking...
Right.
Oh, goddamn. Diego Luna, I feel so bad for him when this series ends. Because this is like the pinnacle of a career. This is like, you get great storytelling, you get great like cinematography, camera work, music. You get the best of fucking DP, and it's not confined. It feels like a film, but you get 12 of them.
Yeah.
Then what are you gonna do? You gonna host a baking show?
I would fucking watch that. Yeah, because I mean, what's the chances of lightning striking twice and him getting a movie like what Pedro Pascal got with the Nick Cage movie?
That was
like,
so good.
I love everything that man does. That beats The Mandalorian because of just how good it is.
It was so
I
great.
don't think Diego Luna, not Luga, what the fuck, could get that.
Luger.
Yeah,
Diego Luger.
Diego Luger.
That's an 80s name right there.
Fuck
Luger. Yeah. Okay, so we've already like sort of hit little bits of it. Let's try to do a little quick walkthrough if we can. Because there wasn't a lot to this episode as far as like different stuff.
See, that's the thing I love about this. Is they are like, you seriously get like this much story. Like, okay, I'm gonna actually measure with my finger. So you get this much storyline per episode. That's not much.
Like 3 times the length of my penis worth of story.
I mean, it's only twice the length of mine.
Fucking braggart.
But like, there's not much there, but there's just so much exploration into that story that you just get more than you could possibly get in a movie. And God, it's so good. But yeah, so I mean, it starts off with him fucking with the water and shit. And well, that's when we finally find out, because I know we had talked about it, and it was like, oh, is it a power line? Is it a water line? Well, I don't know. But, you know, of course, then we see why he wanted to break it, because, hey, let's have them fucking hit the switch and short the entire plan out. And, yeah, I mean, with Kino, like, just, God, seeing his transformation was amazing. And once he finally got to the point where, hey, shit, we're doing this, like, it was like, fuck, all right, let's do this shit. Even when he's trying to keep everybody in line, like, you could tell he was shitting his pants. That was so great.
It was just amazing. I loved every bit of this, especially, you know, you and I always complain about consequences in shows. It's just, it doesn't feel real.
Mhm.
Like we saw people die in
A
this escape.
lot
Yeah.
of people die,
It was
which you
so
don't
good.
typically see that kind of shit. Of course, you'll see a couple people just to show the brevity of it.
Yeah.
But we saw more people die than I thought we were going to see outside of the troopers, obviously.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then to see the troopers cowering, that
Mhm.
shit was
That was
fucking
great.
fantastic.
Because it's
But-
real. It's fucking real. Like you have 5,000 prisoners on the hunt. What are you gonna do? I would hide too.
Right? Because let's see, we've got. Oh fuck! Do they actually say how many floors they had? I can't remember. I want to say. Let me do some math really quick. If I'm picking up what they were dropping, Kino was saying they had, on average, 13 guards per floor. I want to say they had like 9 floors. So at most, they had 117 guards for 5,000 fucking inmates.
Best, yeah.
That is insane.
And they had tons of extra weapons laying around in racks.
I will say one thing. Like I mean, I can't really say, of course, in the moment I might not have, but I'd have grabbed some of them fucking shoes, man.
Oh,
just on
100%.
the safe side. Because like
100%.
even though Kino and Cassian understand, like, fuck, this is gonna take months to get this shit back online. So obviously there's no way anybody's gonna get zapped. You still have the aftermath of getting the fuck out. Like you gotta run with no shoes.
Yeah, you know you're in the middle of an ocean.
Plus, those are some dope ass shoes. I want a pair.
Those are like Back to the Future shoes.
Fuck yeah, they
like
are.
Foamy Back to the Future shoes. I was looking at them and then I saw them all like lined up on the wall. I was like, oh, they're gonna use those to get out.
Oh yeah, for sure. I was
100%.
thinking
You saw Diego Luna looking at it, Cassian Andor looking at him. I was like, oh yeah, that's gonna come into play. And then it did. I was like, what the fuck do you have him there for? Who has lines of shoes on a wall and you're not gonna refer to it later? Weird. Just a weird. Tons of weapons laying around everywhere, and like, why do you have shoes? And how do you like? You just have random sizes? Was this a bowling alley?
I mean, it makes sense to me. Maybe. Well, okay. So we do know that the Empire is very, very particular with, the kind of people they employ. So, I mean, shit. Maybe they're getting that picky to where it's like, oh, you're the wrong shoe size, then fuck off.
Chris says the shoes made a lot of noise though. Andor took out 2 guards coming around the corner because of the noise of their shoes. I didn't notice that. I didn't pick up.
Yeah, I didn't notice that either. But I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd risk
good.
getting shot over those shoes. Those are fucking dope.
I would honestly be worried about escape without shoes. That just seems like in my lizard brain, I need something to cover my skin. And if you've just been walking around for, I don't know, months to years, depending on the prisoner, with no shoes, and the prospect of escape comes, and you see a row of fucking footlockers on the wall, why wouldn't you grab a pair and slip them on?
Right.
Like,
I'd be
that's
tying
insane.
some fucking laces together and taking as many as I could.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense at all that you wouldn't just slip on some shoes because you don't know what you're gonna like. Yeah, you have to swim, okay, but you're gonna hit land at some point or die.
Hopefully, yeah.
So if you hit land, you need shoes. Like if you've ever tried to walk anywhere without shoes in like random wilderness, it hurts. Rocks hurt. Sticks hurt. You need soft, cushy foam shoes that are just right there. Ugh. Can't believe they didn't use those. I loved the shock of every Imperial officer like, I can't believe this happened. How dare they resist? Like, what? I don't even know how to compute this.
And that's like perfectly like on par with the Empire's mentality too.
Yeah.
Like they're so arrogant that, oh, nobody can fuck with us. So we don't have to worry about it. That when it happens, it's like, I think my brain just broke.
So when I was watching this and they finally did like get to the control room and they subdued the 2 guys and they're like, it's going to take months to get it back online if we get it off. And they left them to live. What? Why? I would have killed them.
Yeah, I don't get that either.
They can then communicate to the greater world of what you just did. If there's not some like weird fail safe.
Not only that, they can start everything back up.
Yeah, I don't understand the letting them live thing. That really bothered me. I'm like, you went to all the hassle and all the sacrifice to get there, and you're just gonna let them stand there like idiots? No, You put him in the ground.
Yeah, I thought that was a little weird. Because, I mean, the thing is, like, we've seen Cassian kill people.
Yeah, he don't give a fuck.
Just because he has to. Like, that's kind of a just because you has to instance.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know. What if they have, like, holdout pistols underneath their giant boards and stuff?
Yeah.
The second you turn your back, they could take you out. Why wouldn't you kill them?
Doesn't make any sense. I never understood it. Like, I thought the whole time they were in there, I was like, okay, they're going to use them for something. Like, they're going to be hostages or, like, I don't know, fucking pieces in a, there's just pawns to use somehow. Or
yeah, I was thinking they'd at least strip them for the fucking uniforms.
Yeah, that would be smart. Nothing. Yeah. It's so weird. I don't get it. All right. Anyway, this was kind of, I mean, this was very much like Dark Forces, like you going through a level and you're like destroying monster, bad guys, and figuring out, getting certain keys to do certain things and stuff. Very video gamey. This episode, like, you don't leave people alive. It's just not something you do. So I don't know.
That's true. Well, and then like when they first started taking over their level. It's like, why wouldn't you shoot the dude immediately the second you have him dropped and you have his weapon in his hand, or his weapon in your hand?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, yeah, fuck that.
That kind of bugged me. Other than that, I mean, we saw them, like, the entire installation ultimately get to the point of where they're like, oh shit, we gotta jump. Oh fuck, how are we gonna get out of here? And then it was just sort of like herd animals hitting the backs of people that are stopped at the edge of a cliff, and they just start like tumbling over. That was a hell of a distance to jump and survive and then swim out.
Oh yeah, I probably would have been just like Kino and just kind of like, how badly do I want to live? Fuck, I don't know about that.
Yeah, it was very much a episode 1. There's always a bigger fish moment for me. I was like, what's in the ocean? What's in the ocean? Like, what are we jumping into? Is this just gonna be like a shark fest? Like, are we gonna be on Shark Week? I can't deal with it. It was like, I really got the impression that Kino was pushed over the edge at the end of this episode.
Oh, I'm sure at some point he went over, because I mean, fuck, I gotta imagine somebody would help him out,
right? And
or he'd learn how to swim real fucking fast.
When he said that on the intercom, he was like, if you see someone confused, help them out. This is not an every man for himself scenario. Like, we are survivors together. Let us get together and get out. It just made my heart feel really warm and good. But then my logical brain started clicking. I was like, there's no goddamn way that would ever fucking happen. Humans are too horrible to do shit like that. There might be one or two. They're like, oh, let me help you understand what's happening. Everyone else is like, get the fuck out of the way, old man. Like, they don't care. Humans suck.
Yeah, we really do. Like, even united by a common goal, there's still going to be cunts out there that just like, no, it's all about me.
Yeah, especially if you're just a prisoner. They're not rebellion people. They're just like, I want to get out. Like, this is my chance. I'm going to take it. Fuck you if you're in my way. So as much as I love that moment, I was like, that is so unrealistic. Like, what is this, Mary Poppins? Get the fuck out of here. They would be stepping over each other, and they would start shooting at each other.
And we saw that shit. We saw people get trampled in the tubes. So, like, it's not 100% Disney princess ending. So,
yeah. So as far as the official script goes, Kino didn't actually leave the installation. Like, as far as everyone's reference, because we didn't see it, it didn't happen as of yet. So maybe next episode it'll clarify. But we did see Andor and some other prisoners coming on shore at the end of the episode. So it makes me wonder, are they going to then try to defend against an Imperial attempt to retake the prison?
Oh,
are they just going to bombard it because they don't give a fuck anymore?
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I don't see the Empire trying to retake the prison. Like, we've seen in other series, like, they'll just fucking destroy it.
Yeah.
Like, you look at the Bad Batch, like the season finale of the Bad Batch, they just fucking destroyed Camino because, fuck it. Fuck you guys. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't. I mean, that'd be cool to see, but I don't necessarily see that happening.
I just don't want to end Kino yet. Like, I like him,
We've already discussed that. We talked about this like 3 episodes ago, man.
This is Snoke's origin story.
Yeah, they're gonna bomb the fucking facility, and that's what's gonna push him in the right direction to get the fuck out. But he's gonna get hurt so bad that he winds up on shore like an Anakin moment at the end of Revenge.
I hate you. Yeah.
And then he magically grows like 2 feet.
Okay, it's possible. Well, then we have this wonderful interaction between Mon Mothma
Jesus
and Davos
Christ.
Skulden.
Dude, you
The
couldn't
most
cut
tense
through that
shit.
fucking tension with a perfectly honed katana. That shit was intense.
Amazing actress. Like, I can't believe that. I want to call her name because she's so goddamn good. Where's my Mothma? Genevieve O'Reilly.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Dude, I'm in love with that woman.
Her
She is just
suppressed
amazing.
rage and frustration is just unparalleled. It's
Yeah.
so beautiful to see her. She didn't want the fucking meeting, but it was a necessity in the
Right.
moment. And then he's like, how about, bring my son over,
Damn.
introduce to your daughter. And
Dude, I
she's
thought
like,
she was
"God,
going to get up
you
and kill him.
are fucking mine." Like, you could just see inside of her head, she was beating him to death. Like, you're fucking crazy, but that's not going to happen. It's like, no. Like, I'm a senator. You are a criminal. There's no way my beautiful daughter that hates me is going to have anything to do with your shitty son that you're trying to elevate in status just to fucking legitimize your fucking money or something.
And of course, the irony is she doesn't want that shit to happen because she knows that if she showed any sign of being like, I don't approve of this, her daughter would be like, come here.
Yeah.
Penis right here.
Yeah.
And then everything would be ruined.
That's how it works. You
It
tell
is.
them no, they fucking do yes. I loved the interactions so much. He's like, I don't want anything. She's like, I insist. I pay for this. And just them playing around the whole time with, I want to hear you say what you want from me. And I want to hear you say why. And her being so delicate and political in the, she's a fucking senator in the Galactic Senate. And she is doing her best not to admit to criminal activity on the off chance that he's somehow some sort of recorder on him. Like, that's the vibe I was getting. It was so beautifully navigated. I loved it. I want more of that, actually. Like, it was so goddamn good. And I love how we get this sort of wild, crazy Prison Break contrasted with the delicate political maneuvering of Criminal Enterprise. And it's just, it's like the prequels on steroids or something.
Yeah, it's like the prequels if they were meant for adults.
Yeah,
Because, I mean,
that's
ultimately,
true.
like, they're not. Like, that was meant for, I don't even go so far as to say, like, the generation after me. Because I was, like 13, I think, when the first one came out. I was a little too old for that.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah,
old.
99. Yeah, you're fucking old, dude.
Damn it.
I also am really bad at math, so I could be wrong.
Right.
But
Yeah.
yeah, so it's like if Lucas made that now, but it was like, the real core of the fans are old grumpy men that talk about this shit on the internet, I'm gonna make it for them, and that's exactly what this is.
Yeah, so good. Chris is asking if we were Lonnie, Andy Serkis's character, would we have jumped knowing we can't swim, knowing our chances of survival are nil? Yeah, of course.
Yeah, absolutely. Like
100%.
I would rather die by my own hand than someone else's.
Yeah.
Period. Like
I
I
would've-
have no qualms with that.
I would have brave-hearted it the whole way down. Freedom! Kerploosh, and then the sharks get me. Like,
Yeah, I'd rather that than confinement any fucking day. Like that shit seriously terrifies me. Like, I've had guns pointed at me. I've been shot at. I've had people come after me multiple times. That shit didn't terrify me as much as going to see a good friend of mine in jail. The second that door locked behind me and I get to go out, like, that was the scariest moment of my life. So yeah, I would fucking jump.
yeah, 100%. And then we close it out with what was wildly unexpected by me.
Yeah.
Lonnie's a fucking rebel infiltrator.
Man.
Like, what? I didn't. First of all, this guy was not even on my radar for anything.
Mm-hmm.
And then suddenly he was put there by Luthen years ago. And he's just like trying to navigate this life, and he's trying to do his best by the rebellion. But now he has a wife and kid, and he's like, look, I need out. Like, what are you actually sacrificing? My life is on the line. And we get that speech by Luthen.
Oof. Jesus Christ, man.
Oof.
Yeah, that was just like there should be special awards for shit like that.
Yeah.
Because that was so
I think they're
amazing.
called Golden Globes.
No, that's not special enough. It really is not.
I was watching this. I was thinking about Chris. I was watching this when we first see Luthen on the fucking plank and his cloak is like wisping in the wind. I was like, if a lightsaber goes off, I'm going to scream at Chris. Like, this is his goddamn fault for suggesting that Luthen's a fucking Jedi. Like, this is all his fault, and they cannot let this stand. The whole time I was just like, don't light a lightsaber. Don't light a lightsaber. I need this to be grounded. Don't add superheroes to this.
Mhm.
I loved it.
But it would have been totally believable too at that point.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
that's a fucked up thing. Is like we would have accepted it wholeheartedly, but it's so much better that it wasn't that way.
Dude, if he just turned out to be like a dark side assassin, I would have bought it in the moment. Because it was so beautiful and scary and mysterious. And he was just like, like cutting people down. I was like, yeah. Wait, what? What does that mean? Oh, gosh. And just realizing that they put this guy in so long ago. Like, the rebellion has been in place from the beginning. Not from when they started seeing atrocities, but from the moment that the Emperor said, we are going to be a galactic republic and the separatists need to be squashed, that's when Luthen started reacting.
As one should.
Fuck. How do you get that fucking deep? That's insane to me. He's all, no one wants to live in a universe where I'm right about something. No, I thought that the moment was appropriately tense. And it was, I genuinely felt for Lonnie, the ISB agent. I was like, oh, you're going to die today. Like, this is your end. And you just, like, Luthen just acknowledged your wife and your new child. Like, your child's going to grow up without a father, without knowing the struggle that your father began. And then the machine that he absorbed into. Like, and it sort of plays with those ideas of, in our own political world, what are we okay with? You know, we all buy phones and clothing that are built in sweatshops. We know people leap to their deaths to provide us with manufactured goods that are cheap and available. And we're okay with that. Like, we may not think about it every second of the day, but we know it happens in order to provide us, the American people, with cheap, affordable goods. And yet we continue to consume and we continue to throw away and we continue to be flippant about it. And we get shocked and stunned when every little dream and a desire of ours is somehow diminished in some way or maybe outright cut down for a moment. If our internet goes out for even the briefest of moments, we raise and shake our fists at the heavens as if the gods themselves have smote us. And yet
they have. Give me convenience or give me death. That is the American mantra. Always will be, period.
Yeah. We live in the imperial world and we do nothing. We watch people being squashed and we do nothing. But there are people who try. And in a fantasy framework, I'm 100% behind those fantasy humans. And in a real framework, I choose convenience. That's why humanity is horrible. That's why we suck. Because in the real world, guerrilla insurgents get crushed and bombed. And they lose.
They die with no one knowing their name.
Every time they lose. I'm watching this new, it's not new, but it's new to us watching it. It's The Men That Made America Frontiermen. The original Men Who Made America is an amazing show talking about the corporate, wealthy profiteers who actually helped form what we know as America. Frontiersman talks about how the people who stood against the natives were heralded as heroes, but the reality behind it is a little less glossy.
Yeah.
And I just like that we're finally getting around as a nation to admit the atrocities that we were complicit or outright a part and supportive of. And that even now in reflection, we don't change the narrative at all.
No, we changed what we call them. Now they are called indigenous creatures. That's
Not even human.
well, I mean, God, with the elections, it used to be something else was our title, and now we're indigenous creatures.
Wow.
Not even people still.
Wow.
It's fantastic. God bless America.
But that's the reality of our world. Like John Lennon said, we're America's the new Rome. And, that's a sort of flippant off the cuff statement to try to be, sort of tongue in cheek and cute. But yeah, no, we are going to fall at some point, and it's going to be a glorious fall. And I don't want to be a part of it. I don't want to be in the sight of it. We had people try to storm our own Capitol January 6th last year, or 2 years ago, fucking time. But it happened. Like, we are in a moment in history where we're watching the crumbling facade of our reality, and the echoes in this fantasy universe of Star Wars are very, very real. Because all of fantasy, the best fantasy is a reflection of reality.
Absolutely.
Just in a different setting, different universe. I'm feeling it, I'm seeing it, and I'm frustrated that I'm not a part of the solution, in any way. Like, I vote like a dumbass, but that has this amount of effect compared to like global fucking, changes and stuff. We have women in Iran standing up and being murdered by the state simply because they want to be human. They want to
stupid women
not wear fucking headdresses. Like, shock and awe. Like, how dare you?
Yeah.
Choose to be an individual? No.
And it's so ridiculous too, because 50 fucking years ago for them, that wasn't the case.
Yeah, we did that.
60 years ago, they
America
were
did
fucking
that.
a mecca.
The CIA
like,
did
no,
that.
unintended. Yeah, it's just Jesus fucking Christ. I hate this world.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
we are
I
the worst.
I can't wait until I can just live out in the sticks by myself, grow my own food, and just get high all day with my animals.
Dude,
I
want to go to there.
Yeah.
100%.
We're gonna build this compound, goddammit,
It's gonna happen.
and we're gonna do this from a compound as the world crumbles.
Broadcasting from a compound. Yeah. That's what this show is reminding me of. And that's how real, like, it's reflecting. Yeah, like, it's cheesy 70s technology, but I love that they're attaching it to it, because that is the core of Star Wars.
Fucking real though. Like, it's 100% believable, even though it's so goddamn archaic that it's like, in a real world that we wouldn't use shit like that. Like, oh, computers as big as a room is going to be the future. No, computers as small as something that fits in your fucking pocket. That's the future. But that's not cool. That's not awesome. That's not bright lights and shininess and like fucking what you want to see.
It's so brilliant. The whole time I'm watching it, it's just this visual spectacle, and I'm just like awed and excited and just thrilled. And there's only 2 episodes left.
I know. I'm dying. Like, I'm glad that they're going to be doing more seasons of it, because they did confirm the second one, right? Yeah. We've talked about that. Yeah. So I'm so glad there's going to be more. But god damn it, I am not looking forward to that wait. Like, I'm having a harder time. Like, I'm already going through withdrawals on this shit, worse than I did with The Mandalorian.
100%.
And The Mandalorian was like somebody being like, "Oh, you're going to see your mom again." And I'm like, "Really? No."
Oh, that's so
and
sad.
It's like, this is like,
what are you doing?
Yeah. It's like, this is like, hey man, your mom and your great grandma are coming back eventually. And it's like, oh, but I gotta wait. That sucks.
Yeah, man. I don't like. I mean, the next thing I think is the Bad Batch that's coming out, which I'm not really excited for it, if I'm being honest.
No, not even a little bit on my.
But then I wasn't excited for this, and I am so amazingly surprised.
I was the opposite. I was so fucking excited for it, and it has far surpassed all the unrealistic expectations I had on it.
Yeah. Well, I can't wait. What do you think? let's start with this and then go with what we liked and what we didn't like about this episode. What do you think is going to happen next episode? What do you want to see?
Fuck. I want to see Luthen come out as Axis. Like, I want to see that moment where he's just like, fuck, this is the end for me. I have to do it. I have to be the face of this. I don't necessarily think that's going to happen. It would make sense if it does for it to be the next episode. But I don't know. I really want to see that.
I'm curious as how the season's going to end.
Mm-hmm.
Because ultimately it's following Cassian Andor. We have the ISB chasing him specifically.
Mm-hmm.
So it's got to be a moment where he realizes his mother dies, because we got the intimation in this episode that she is refusing her pills and she's actually on a downward spiral. And we have the Empire and the Rebellion watching her home, hoping Andor is going to come by so that either of them can kill them or detain him. And like, he's going to find out. He's going to get out. He's going to get on a comm, say, "Hey, Mom, how you doing?" And he's going to realize the shit. He's going to come in, and that's going to be the end of the series, I think, of the season.
That makes sense.
And it's just going to be like insanity. Like, I'm going to be screaming at the TV. I'm going to be like hopped up on crazy Star Wars energy. I'll probably climb a fucking building and bat down propeller airplanes. Like, it's going to be like King Kong. It's going to be crazy. I can't wait.
Yeah, it's gonna be heavy. Like, that's the only way that can end. I'm so excited.
Did you have a favorite part of this episode?
Fuck, I mean, of course, like Luthen's speech at the end.
Oh, man.
I seriously cannot get over just how intense that was. Like, I'm laying down in my fucking recliner just thinking that I'm relaxing and watching that. And as soon as the credits hit, I realized that I'm like this the whole fucking time. And my back hurts because of just how tense I was watching this episode.
It's so amazing.
Yeah.
I love it so much.
Fantastic.
That has to be mine too. As soon as that repulsor lift came down to the ground and it opened up from the interior point of view and we saw him standing there in that cloak flying, I was just like, oh, like, this is going to be a moment. Yeah. Holy shit. What are we going to get? And then it's not what I expected, but as soon as we got him starting to say, like, what are you sacrificing? And he just starts laying down the groundwork. Oh, this and this and this, everything. I have nothing. Like, I was just like, oh, this is amazing.
Yeah.
God damn the writing and the fucking performance and everything. It's so good.
Right.
Oh.
Well, and then for it to end with him not just assassinating him was insane.
Yeah.
Especially because the second he gets in the elevator and pops the thing in his ear, the first words out of Luthen's mouth is, "This is a trap." And he's like, "Ah, fuck." Oh my god. This is so fucking awesome.
He was like, "We can't let you go." Like, it's not an option. You're in this, buddy. Like, 100%. Deal with it, because it's happening. I just love it so much. It's so goddamn good. I can't wait. I just can't wait. Did you have a least favorite moment?
No.
I have not thought about this at all, and I can't think of one.
Yeah, it's just like, this is one of those shows that I feel like there hasn't really been like a shit episode. It has just been on an uphill incline. Like, it's just been so fucking good.
Yeah. This is a masterclass in Star Wars filmmaking. And I don't understand why we don't get films. Like, what the fuck are you guys doing, Lucasfilm?
See, I don't know, man. Like, honestly, at this point, I kind of don't want the films. The films, well, fuck. The thing is, the budgets for television have like just gone up over the last decade, to the point where they're putting way more money into this than they would any movie. And you can explore a single story over 8 to 12 hours, and it's all in bite-sized chunks where we can enjoy it. Versus, last movie that I watched that was 2.5 hours, I wanted to rip my fucking eyes out and storm out of the theater because it was just terrible. So I don't know. I would love to see it on a big screen, but I feel like they just have shit the bed so much. Like, just stick with the television series.
There's something I really like about the experience of going to a theater and watching something cinematically on a huge IMAX screen, and seeing Star Wars in that opening crawl, and like, there's something romantic in my mind about that. And we, over the past 4 years, we've been promised like 5 different movies that have
Mm-hmm.
all gone the way of the dodo. Like, not
Yep.
one of them is still in development. We may have
Nope.
something from Taika Waititi, but he may have said "fuck you" for too much meddling.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we have no, like, the newest rumor is the Stranger Things directors and producers are supposed to have something to do with a new Star Wars film,
Mm.
but
See, I don't ever
there's no
believe any of that
fucking way
shit.
anymore. Like,
Yeah.
everything is shit the bed.
Mm-hmm.
Everything. And I don't fucking understand why. And I just want that communal experience of hearing that opening music break through the John Williams score and
Mm-hmm.
seeing that opening crawl and just being taken into another
Oh yeah,
universe.
dude. I mean, fuck. One of my all-time favorite cinema memories was opening night for The Force Awakens. Got the last fucking seat in the house. It was a D box seat, so I got to experience it getting thrown the fuck around when ships are moving and stuff. And sitting next to a guy that went with his family who didn't even want to fucking be there. So it's like
Ah!
I got to experience it with him. Like we were surrogate family members at that point. I'm like, you know what? Fuck your kids, man. I'm your kid tonight. Let's fucking enjoy this shit together. And like that was one of the most magical nights of my life. Like I
Good.
desperately, desperately want that, but I don't think Disney can deliver anymore.
That makes me so sad.
Yeah, same. It fucking
I
disappoints me
don't
because the thing
understand
is,
it.
that corporation has more money than God. They
Yeah.
can do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah.
And they choose to just pump out Marvel garbage. Like, give me some shitty Star Wars movies. Like, of course, I didn't really care for the sequel trilogy, but I went and saw every single fucking one of them multiple times in theaters.
Yep.
Because that's what you do.
Yep. Yeah, they'll make money. Whether
Mhm.
it's record breaking or not doesn't matter. But I want one off films that are, or, you know, if you want to do a trilogy, fine, but just let it be this sort of lower budget, not insanely bloated budgets like this series, and just let the directors explore the
Yeah.
universe.
And
That's it.
maybe stick with one storyline from the beginning,
Yeah.
and then go with that.
Ugh, what would that be
It's
like?
a novel idea.
That'd be
Yeah,
amazing. Who does that? No one does
yeah.
that nowadays.
That doesn't make any sense.
Gus Kenobi, thanks for joining live, man. You just found out the circus wrote the backstory for the character of Kino Lay. Yeah, I agree. He made it great. What is great about directors who actually care about story and actors is that they allow the actors to explore the characters that they wrote.
Mhm.
And yeah, I mean, that's straight up right. Andy Serkis, like, there was no backstory written for him. He's one of the actors that just gets into the character and likes to understand motivation. So you have to find out where they're coming from in order to understand why they're doing what they're doing and where they're going to go from there. That's important to character development. And for fans of film and good storytelling, we want to know that that's there in place. Whether it always comes out on the screen is less important than knowing that there's actually a reason for why they're doing stuff. And he's just one of those actors that no matter what he's in, whether it's a shitty Marvel project, whether it's a fucking Lord of the Rings thing, whether it's a fucking Planet of the Apes, we know it's going to be good because he's in it and he cares as an actor.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, I feel like if you're gonna have someone like that in a role, you have to let them run with it. Otherwise, you're doing a disservice to everybody.
Yeah, right. Well, we've now been talking longer than the actual episode was long.
It was just that good.
Yeah.
It's hard not to, like, and it's so hard to because we're almost done with it, and I don't want to stop talking about it.
Ugh. I would be so sad if they just dropped the next 2 episodes on Wednesday. Like, I want to wait. I want to get the ending and just let it marinate.
And I have that argument. I swear to God, almost at least once a week at work. People like, oh, why can't they just put everything out at once? It's like, yes, I love the idea of being able to just binge through something in like 2 days, but there's something magical about having to wait a week so you can just marinate in that fucking story. And I mean, shit, like with Mandalorian, I'd watch each episode at least 3 or 4 times before the next one. Like, you can't get that if it's all just out.
Yeah, I agree. I love the anticipation. Like, that's the best part. I mean, the greatest aspect of Star Wars is the speculation about the meaning of this character's actions or how it's going to impact others or what the greater implications are of the story at large. And like, that's what we love. We love the speculation. We love the anticipation. And, it's like really great sex. You have a little foreplay in the morning. You're like, tonight we're really going to get into it, baby. And then just all day you're just sort of texting each other. You're crossing paths and you're feeling each other's parts and stuff. And you finally get into it. I mean, for me, it ends up being disappointing and I just cry in a pillow. But for everyone else, it's probably great.
See, I enjoy it. My wife, that's still
she just hates it.
It's
She
mediocre is definitely a word that could be used. I like to think it's the greatest 30 seconds she'll ever experience.
You're a power hitter, you just come in all at once. I respect that. All right, well, thank you so much. Is there anything else we need to get into this on this?
No, I think we got it.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this review. Let us know what you thought of this episode. Are we on drugs? Are we crazy? This seems to be really amazing. Yes. Well, yes.
Medicinally.
Are you enjoying this as much as we are? And if you're not, I would like to know why. What about this do you not enjoy? Because quite frankly, I can't see one thing.
Yeah.
I'm really 100% in, and I'm loving every minute of it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching our reviews. If you want to support this channel, the best way is to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Click that stupid bell in order to get notified about upcoming videos, and click the like button. That is important because I don't care if you like this, but YouTube does, and they don't present it to possible viewers unless you do like it. So click the like button. Do it out of spite if you have to. You know what? I don't even want you to. Reverse psychology.
Yeah.
Don't click the like button. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Right.
If you don't click the like button, puppies will die. That's on you.
Until the Infernal Brotherhood convenes again, my fellow scruffy looking Nerf Herders. Until the screams of the dying puppies, may the force be with you.
What did I sacrifice? Everything. That's how it should be.